I spent a whole year studying anatomy. Sometime around May of last year, me and a friend put ourselves up to the challenge of copying every single page from the book Bridgman's Complete Guide to Drawing from Life. We got this prompt from David Finch, who is an amazing illustrator and teacher, and he recommends 2 steps. Number 1, copying all of Bridgman side by side, excluding the heads, which he recommends Loomis's method instead. And step number 2, copying the book again, but this time from memory. So over the last year, I've been doing studies from Bridgman's book, and I've been learning a lot, and I just wanted to share that with you. The reason I wanted to do this was because I missed being in school. I missed being in art school. I missed having assignments that would make me a better artist and increase my skills. I wanted something that would challenge me and frankly seemed like too big of a task for me to do at the time. Now, first of all, before getting into Bridgman copies, I had an alright grasp of anatomy. I'm definitely not an expert, I'm still learning. But if you wanted to learn anatomy, I would actually recommend a different book other than Bridgman. The book that really helped me to learn anatomy was Michael Hampton's Figure Drawing and Invention. That book is amazing, especially the section on learning the landmarks of the human body. It really took my figures from being mushy to a little bit more solid. I'll leave a link to it in the video description below. Also, if you use my links, it supports the channel even if you buy something else on Amazon. So thank you if you do that, I really appreciate it. So when I first started doing my Bridgman studies, I felt shaky and unconfident. How would I ever learn to draw like this? It's so complicated. Just look at this hand, look how sloppy it is compared to the original. Oh well, I guess let's just keep going.
I guess I'd better get going.
For these studies, I used Paint Tool Sci, one of my favorite drawing programs besides Clip Studio Paint and Microsoft Paint. The first sections of Bridgman are kind of like an overview of the whole human body. Proportions, how to think about the body in perspective, and the rhythm of the human body. I really like this section on how the different parts of the body connect into each other, kind of like Legos or an action figure. The rhythm drawings were also some of my favorite, especially from an animation point of view. I love how much movement and life come from them, and I definitely can't wait to revisit this section. This was a lot of fun. Bridgman also uses this volumetric hatching to show shading, which I really liked a lot. It does 2 things. It adds shadows to your figure, and it describes the volume as a 3-dimensional shape. I found this not only helpful to learn, but also pretty fun to add to my drawings. Another thing I liked was I also really liked how exaggerated Bridgman's figures were. They have a really pleasing look to them and really exaggerate the anatomy, making it easier to study. One of my favorite parts is his square butts. Just look at that square butt! It's really smart because it simplifies how the hip bone connects into the gluteus maximus in one line, and also angles are much easier to work with rather than round shapes. So I found simplifying this area with a straight line or a box to be really helpful in my figure drawings. Another important thing to note, besides doing these side-by-side copies, I also tried to do figure drawing on the side to practice what I learned, setting aside 10 to 20 minutes doing figure drawing from YouTube. Keep in mind, I'm doing this all in what little free time I have outside of my professional animation career, so that's probably why it took a year. Anyways, this took a ton of time, and I just want to give a second to thank all the people who support me on Patreon. Your support means so much to me, and it helps me make more content like this. As a reward, I'm putting all of my anatomy drawings up on Patreon, so if you'd like to download a copy of these, you can grab it up there. I'm also putting my favorite figure drawing resources in my Discord, and if you'd like to gain access to my Discord, that's also through my Patreon. I'll put a link up in the corner as well as in the video description if you'd like to grab that. And after the full body overview, Bridgman gets really microscopic with these deep studies into individual parts of the body. Oh my god, I've never drawn so many isolated knuckle bones in my life. Ugh. But this was extremely helpful, especially with parts I was less comfortable with. Like hands. The hands were probably the biggest and hardest chapter to get through. I felt like I was on that subject forever. To my benefit, of course, I now feel more confident in drawing hands and giving them character, and it feels like it's a lot quicker to draw them than when I first started out, and I feel like they're more solid rather than mushy. Overall, this whole journey gave me something to try hard at, and I think it's important with any skill to push yourself to get better, and to always go back to the basics. I feel like this Bridgman study not only helped me to learn anatomy, but also made drawing more fun. All those miles behind the pencil really upped my drawing ability just in a subconscious level, I feel. I'm still learning, but I'm liking my drawings a lot more than when I first started. It feels quicker to put things on paper that I see in my head. copying page by page from Bridgman is definitely more of an intermediate practice, I would say. I would not recommend getting into copying from Bridgman if you are just starting out. I feel like that would be frustrating, if anything. Again, I'd recommend Michael Hampton's book, which is in the video description if you want to learn anatomy. I'll get back to tutorials, but for this video, I just wanted to share what I've been working on and practicing with. Also, I'm just really proud of myself, and I just kind of wanted to show off. I hope that's alright. Anyways, thanks for the support and for watching. Keep on drawing and animating, and until next time, bye-bye! Be sure to click here to subscribe to my channel to stay updated on future videos and tutorials. If you'd like to help support my work, you can click here to visit my Patreon page. You also get access to rewards like early access to tutorials, source animation files, and access to a secret Patreon-only chat room. Keep on animating, and until next time, bye-bye!